Welcome to our Alinker yoga class. This is a 30-minute class, so I am happy for you to join us today. You might notice in front of my wheels that I have weights in front of the wheels and behind the wheels, and this is a really good way to keep the bike nice and stable. It's not absolutely necessary, but if you want the bike to be totally secure, then I suggest you do this for your yoga practices. It really helps out. We're going to get started, and before we engage with our yoga class, I'm going to invite you to close down your eyes, put your hands in prayer position in front of your heart, and let go of your day. Your eyes can be looking down or eyes closed, but try and bring yourself inside, transitioning into our yoga practice, forgetting what's in the past, it's behind us, what's in the future, because it's there when we leave our practice today. Be present. So as you're closing down the eyes or looking down, try and make your breaths a little bit longer. And try and breathe in and out through your nose. If you can, make your breath audible. This is called Pranayama Breathing, and it's an ocean-like sound that you make at the back of your throat as you're breathing in and out. If you'd like today, you can set an intention for your practice. Why are you here today? What are you hoping to get out of this practice? And perhaps you'd like to dedicate your practice to somebody. It could be yourself or somebody who needs the energy. As you're breathing, think about how your body's feeling. Do you have any sticky parts in your body, or do you have an injury? And while you're breathing, try and send that breath to that part of your body. For those of you who haven't practiced with me before, my name is Donna, and I'm just here to guide you through your practice. This is your practice. It's always your practice. Go at your own speed. Take breaks if you want. Have water. And just remember to breathe. And it's okay to smile as well. So the last breath for this part of practice is going to be a little bit longer if we can, breathing in, breathing out. All right, we're going to move on to full Sun Salutations. So we're going to put both of our feet flat on the floor, sitting comfortably. Our back is straight, and hands on the thighs. You can watch along with me if you'd like the first time, or just move along with me. We're going to breathe in and reach up. And breathe out. We're going to fold forward slightly. We're going to reach down and pick up our right leg. Let it go. Reach down and pick up your left leg. You're holding just under your thigh. Let it go. Just reach up, reach your leg up as much as you can, coming up a little bit, hands on hips, and bending forward. Coming back up, breathing in, hands on thighs, and repeat. Breathing in as we reach up, hands to our heart, coming forward. Reach down, lift up your right leg just as much as you can. Let it go. Reaching your left leg, and you're reaching just behind your thigh. Letting go. Hands on hips, and bending forward just a little bit. Coming back up. Hands on thighs. With me again, we're reaching up, breathing in. Hands through heart, breathing out. Right leg. Your left leg can be leaning slightly on the bar of your Alinker. That will help to support you. And we're reaching and lifting up our left leg. And it goes down. We're going to go into a forward fold again. If you want, you can reach your hands forward or just leave them on your hips like you did last time. Coming back up. Your hands go on your thighs. Again, we're reaching up. These are full Sun Salutations modified for the Alinker. Breathing out, hands through heart center. Right leg lifts up with your help. Goes down. Left leg comes up and down. Hands on hips or reaching forward. You're bending at the waist, at the hips, I should say, leaning forward. And coming back up. Last time for full Sun Salutation. Let's reach up to the sky. Hands through heart center as we fold down. Right arm reaches down to pick up our right leg. Goes down. Left leg, and if your leg doesn't come up, that's fine. If you even think about it in your mind, it helps. Hands on hips or forward. We're reaching forward, bending at our hips so our back is straight as we're doing this. Coming back up. Hands on hips. How's everyone doing? Are you breathing? All right. We're going to move into a bicycle. I know we're on a pedalless bike, but we're going to pretend like we're on a real bike. And so we're going to hold on to the handlebars, that's important. And we're just going to lift our legs up as much as is comfortable, and you're going to pedal as if you're on that bike. Awesome. So for those of you who haven't been on a bike in a while, you are now. So we're pedaling forward, and this is a very slow pedal. And you're going to be feeling this. You should feel it in your core. If your core is engaged, it's going to help, but you're going to feel it, and you should be feeling this in your IT band or the outside of your thighs. All right, we're going to go backwards now. See if you can do that. Again, you're lifting up as much as is comfortable for you, but the bicycling motion is what's really important. If you'd like to push down with the balls of your feet, which is what you might be doing if you were on a real bike, then go for it. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. Awesome. Are you warmed up? All right, feet planted down. We're going to put our hands by our side. We're in mountain pose, and just breathe in. And let it go out the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. Moving on, we're going to do an exercise for our joints, because a lot of us, as we age, get sticky joints, or we have arthritis, or all kinds of issues. So we're just going to work on some of those sticky spots, and we're going to start with our feet and our ankles, and we're just going to roll out our feet. You might hear some snap, crackling, and popping. That's just fine. Breathing as we go. Go the other way. Right foot down, left foot up, just as much as comfortable, and you're rotating it around. This should feel really good through the ankle. Going the other way. Great. Now we're going to do our knee, so it's We're just going to move it front and back. Right knee. And now we're going to move the foot side to side, just at the knee. You should feel that. If it hurts, back off. It shouldn't hurt. Right foot down, left foot front to back. This can be a minimal movement. You don't want to stress the knee, you want it to feel good. And we're going to go right to left or left to right, side to side. All right, the hips are next, so we're going to move our leg forward and back. If you touch the ground, cool. You're just moving that hip. And it's gentle. This shouldn't hurt at all. It's just to move it. How are we doing, everyone? All right, left leg. Okay, so now that we've gone back and forth, we're going to move our hips in a little circle. So we're going to go right and left. Just follow along with me. We're just doing little circles. You're still in your seat. You can go the other way or keep going the same way, or you can do a figure 8, whatever feels good. So we're just working on getting those hips moving because they can be so tight. All right, we're going to do lower torso, so we're doing a hula hoop now. For those of you who haven't hula hooped in a while, here you go. Let her rip. All right, well, let's go the other way. Make it good. Make it juicy. Okay. All right, shoulders now, so let's just roll them out a little bit, just gently back. We've done a lot of shoulder work in a lot of the Alinker exercises, so this is a really nice exercise to loosen that up. We're going to go forward. I hope this feels good. All right, elbows out. We're not doing this with strength. This is about the just moving the joints. Okay, now we're going to twist forward with our forearms. We're still working on the elbows. And if you guessed wrists are next, you're right. So we're going to twist our wrists next. Twisting left or right, it doesn't matter. They can be by your sides if you'd rather. It doesn't matter where they are. Just move them and go the other way. Okay, now we're going to do our head. So we're going to look up and down and up and down. Not too far back. You don't want to hyperextend. Up and down and rolling to the right and left. Remember to breathe. And left. Last one. This should feel really nice. I don't go all the way around because it would make me really dizzy. If you would prefer to do that, then that's great. We're done with the joints, so let's just shake it all out. All right. So, for the serious work now, we're going to start with a crescent lunge, and we're going to start by placing our left foot into the inner axle, and the right leg is going to come out behind you as far as is comfortable and as straight as feels good. You can have a tuck in the back leg if you want, or a bend I should say, but you want to tuck your pelvis slightly. Keep your back straight wherever you are. Raise your arms up, and you're now in a crescent lunge. And if it helps, you can smile. Sometimes that makes us feel better. All right, so both feet are going to come up onto the Alinker, and we're going to place our hands on our right side of our leg and just gently twist to the right. This should feel really nice. We're going to look forward again. The right foot stays in the axle and the left foot's going to go back now. So reaching back however is comfortable, however far is comfortable. Remember to tip your pelvis a little bit, and now reach up into your crescent lunge. This is a great stretch. You should feel it in the back of your calf and along the outside of your thigh. Good. So the left leg's going to come up into the axle, and we're just going to gently twist to the left. So you're holding the outside of your leg and twisting and breathing. Awesome. Looking forward, we're going to move into a tree pose. This is a really fun pose in yoga, and the Alinker is a great tool to help us with this. So you're in a seated position. You're just going to stand at your seat. If you want to stay seated, that's okay. But if you stand, we're going to put our weight onto our left leg. And if you press slightly on your thigh, then the seat's going to support you. Your right leg is just going to move up just a little bit on your leg, and your hip is pointed forward and your knee is pointing out in whatever amount is comfortable. So for a lot of us, our toe is going to stay on the floor. And if your foot is on the floor, that's fine. As long as your hips are forward and you're slightly turned out, that's good. So now that we're in a tree, we're going to take our arms up, and we're going to pretend that the wind is blowing and just move around a little bit. Great. Hands back down by your side. We're going to change positions. So right leg, it's leaning slightly against the bar for support, and your left leg just moves up your leg as much as it can. Never on the knee joint. So your hips are faced forward, your knee is pointed out as much as is comfortable. And if it hurts, please back off. You can hold on to the handlebars for extra support. And if you're comfortable, reach up, and you can look up or find a spot that you can focus on. And if you'd like, you can swing your upper arms with me as if we're a tree in the wind. This is a great exercise for balance, and it's challenging. Okay, we're coming out of tree, so hands by your side. We're going to move into our warrior series now. This is a really powerful pose and is great for strength and for focus. So we've done warrior 1 and warrior 2 in other classes. Today we're going to include a half moon, which is a really wonderful move, and all of this is modified. So we're going to put our left leg up into the axle and step our right foot back however far is comfortable, and your right toes are going to point out slightly, so at 1 o'clock. You can use the bar of your Alinker to help stabilize you if that helps. So your back leg is as straight as can be, your front leg is bent, and we're going to reach up into warrior 1. And we're breathing. Remember to breathe in and out through your nose as best you can. So we're holding this just for a few seconds. And now we're going to humble our warrior. So the arms are reaching behind our back, and we're going to lean forward with a slight curvature of your back, and you're leaning forward however much is comfortable, and your arms can come up if they want. If this is uncomfortable, you can also grab for opposite elbows, or you can just leave your hands by your side. Remember to breathe. Coming back up now, we're going to move into Warrior Two. So if you remember that, we're going to point our back leg out to the side, and we're going to extend our arms front and back, and we're looking to the right side. If you can, if you want to look forward, you can. If you're looking forward, look out over your middle finger. Strong arms in this position. Your legs not so important. From here, we're going to move to a half moon. So your forearm is going to come down onto your handlebar, the front of your handlebar. You're going to put your left foot on the floor, and you're going to reach back with your left leg. It's probably not going to come up off the floor, and that's fine. This is a modified move. It's called a half moon. You're looking up at your right arm, if you can. All right, so we're going to take this to the other side now. Your right foot is going to go into the axle. Left foot comes back as straight as you can and just as far as comfortable, and your toes are pointed to 11 o'clock. This is set up for Warrior One, and we're reaching up and holding and breathing. We're going to reach our hands behind and humble our warrior. So bending over as much as you can. This is a really nice stretch through the arms and the shoulders. Coming back up, moving into Warrior Two. So your left foot is pointing now to the left, and the arms come out into a strong position. If you want to keep one hand on your handlebar, that's great. Strong arms or arm in this position. This is a very powerful pose, but it's also difficult, so as best you can. From here, we're going to move into half moon. So you're holding your bar, your forearm comes down, your right leg drops, and your left leg comes up as much as you can, which is really not far. And we're looking up at our left arm if we can. And release. So looking forward, we're going to put our hands by our side in mountain pose and just let that go. Breathing in and out through the mouth. Breathing in, out through the mouth. The next pose we're going to do is a wind relieving pose, and this is really good for digestion. So sitting back on your seat, left foot into your axle, and you're going to lift up your right knee as best you can and squeeze it towards you. My handlebars are low, so this is really hard for me to do. But the idea is to squeeze your knee into you as much as you can. Not hunched over, make sure you're sitting up, and your left leg is extended. And we're going to switch legs. So your right foot into the axle, and you're picking up your left knee now and squeezing it in. So I was able to get through my handlebar on this side fine. So really, this is what you're trying to do. And we're breathing. Great. Letting that go. The last thing we're going to do is a massage. And we've been working through a lot of our muscles in our body, so now we're going to relax those muscles through a self-massage. So you're going to take your left arm and put it on your right shoulder and just squeeze the muscles a little bit in your shoulders and your neck. This should feel good. And we're going to move down our right arm. So you're just doing little, I don't even know what you call this motion, but it's a feel-good motion, we'll say that. So you're moving down your arm, feeling those muscles. It's like an active release, a self-active release type of therapy. When you get to your wrists, just stay on that for a little bit because our wrists can be really tight. So then you're going to do your hand, probably using your thumb, getting into those pads of your hand. Oh, that feels good. And now we're going to do our fingers. So starting with our pinky finger, we're just massaging from the base up to the top of each finger. And this should feel good. This is something you can do every day and something we don't really think about doing every day. So we're going to move over to the left side, and again in your shoulder and in your neck, just massaging however feels good. Oh, good. I hope this is relaxing for you. Oh yeah, tight shoulders. Yep, you can feel the spots that really need it. All right, so we're moving down our left arm. Yeah, sometimes when you get into a spot that really needs it, it's hard to move on. This feels great. So it's like we're, this is like baking, I suppose. This is what it would be like to make bread, perhaps. Again, the wrist area, you might want to spend a bit more time there because it can be so tight. And then into the hand. And our fingers, starting with our pinky, moving up from the base to the tip. Oh, yes. And the thumb. Great. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to squeeze through our body one part at a time, starting with our toes. So everybody squeeze your toes. And release. Squeeze your calves and release. Squeeze your buttocks and release. Squeeze your tummy. Release. Your upper back, squeeze. And release. And now you're going to take one arm over one shoulder, one arm over the other shoulder, and you're going to squeeze as hard as you can into a ball if you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Let it go. And the last thing we're going to do is squeeze our face. So you're going to make a face, the best squeeze face you can make. Squeeze hard and let it go. And I hope you're smiling now. So we're ending our practice by sitting comfortably with our hands out to receive, or on our thighs if you wish, whatever is comfortable. But we're just going to breathe. We're going to bring our breath back down to normal. So again, if you want to close your eyes or just look down and just breathe normally now. And think about, how does your body feel? Does it feel any different than at the beginning of practice? How did that massage feel? Ooh, maybe you want to do that a little bit more. So imagine that you have all this energy in every cell of your body. And you want to send that out to your loved ones, to your friends, to people you don't know but you know could use some energy. And let's end our practice with a feeling of gratitude for being able to practice yoga today. And thanks to yourself for showing up and for working really hard through this practice. I hope we see you again soon, and I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.